morning, everybody. It is December 5th, 8:25 a.m. Let's check out what's going in these markets. I got some news over the weekend. Let's look at our watch list. So what do we got going here? We got the VIX is up 5%. That's pretty big. Crude is up 3%, $2.48 a barrel. That is because China is lowering their restrictions on COVID. Bitcoin's up 1.29%. We got the TNX, the 10-year yield, up 0.31%. What else we got? We have the dollar is down 0.29%, Ruddy down 0.41%, Nasdaq down 0.42%, the Dow down 0.48%, ES down 0.5%. All right, let's look at some leaders and laggards. BABA is up 4.45%. Coins up 0.73%. And we got some losers here. Let's see. Tesla down 2.65%. Tesla, I saw, has lost demand for one of its models in China, and it's reducing its production by 20%. That's that news. BABA, obviously, because of the restrictions lightening up of COVID in China, and as well as helping the casino stocks as well. Excuse me. Top sectors. Let's go with that. Obviously, we got Chevron and Exxon up. Nothing much more to note on these. Salesforce down 0.8%. Not much to read into those. And we got sectors. Obviously, oil's almost up 1%, and financials and staples at the bottom of the sectors. All right, let's just go over some things that's happened. China reopening. We have OPEC decided to stay with the policy that they had. So, China reopening is causing oil to catch a bid. Apple, Foxconn, their largest supplier of iPhones, has reported revenue fell 29%, and I saw that Apple's now looking to move this to somewhere else. So that's going on there. And in crypto, there's like some Genesis exchange that has worries. That's what's going on. As far as some news, let's get into the markets. Okay, let's look at this daily chart. All right, ever since we've made this move over Powell's speech, didn't really have much follow through. Of course, we went over to 200, right? But we hit this key trend line, acted as resistance, right? And then on Friday, non-farm payrolls put a big kink into it and gap down, but then we caught a bid. Hit the 9 EMA daily and caught a bid, right? However, currently as we stand, we're sitting right at the 200-day moving average right now, pre-market. Okay. So basically, we have two trend lines working here as resistance here, and we have support here. So this has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times support. Okay, and you look at this trend line, it's been 1, 2, 3 resistance, right? So that's what's going on in this SPY. All right, I think we're really waiting for December 13th to 14th, which is CPI and then the FOMC. All right, that's the real market mover before the end of the year. I feel that we're going to play some games until that point. Okay, I just wanted to bring in the SPY weeklies. You can see this trend line acting as resistance, right? And that's what we could see here. You could see from the COVID low, if I do a fib to the highs, the market's low is at the 50% fib. I've shown this before, right? 50% fib. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, also the 200-day moving average on the weekly chart acted as support. So let's go look at the Qs. And the Qs, obviously weaker, right? This trend line's been acting as support. Okay, one, two, three times. Hasn't hit this resistance line up above yet, okay? But we have been hitting the 100-day moving average. The 100-day moving average is what the Qs are battling, not the 200-day like the SPY is, okay? We also hit the 9 EMA and the daily, and we caught support there. Okay, now let's look at the weeklies in the Qs from the COVID low to the high. Okay, it caught support at the 61.8 Fibonacci on the weeklies, right? But look here, the 200-day moving average on the weeklies is acting as support again, right here. Okay, that's been acting as support the last 3 weeks. So we have to see. We really have to see what's going on with these markets. Okay, now let's look at the TNX. Triple head monster coming. All right, so we're still in a downtrend. We pushed up with this NFP, but then we came right back down. Okay, 100-day moving averages here. We have to really see if we can continue falling. Obviously, that'd be good for the markets. Okay, I feel it. Like I said, December 13th and 14th are looming. So let's look at that VIX. Now the VIX closed down here, but it rocketed up today. It's up 5%, 5.4%. Okay, closed at 19. Today it's opened at 20. So very interesting, right? Let's look at the dollar. Dollar's trending down. Okay, and that's positive for equities, positive for commodities. Okay, underneath the 200-day moving average. We'll have to see what happens with the dollar, but everything's been going down. Okay, but that's also complacency, and it really just all depends on that CPI number in the FOMC. Okay, we're all expecting the 50-point basis rate hike. I think that's pretty much baked in already. However, the CPI number comes out the day before that, which we really have to see what that does. Okay, and the Dow's been just on a meteoric rise. I mean, this is just nuts. I mean, it's like way above the 200. It's really disconnected. So, all right. Now that I said that, let's go over to the going on with the futures market here in the market profile. Okay, price is here, 40.57. 200-day moving averages are right here. Okay, the most traded price has moved higher. It's 40.75 now. Most traded price of the week. Most traded price of the month is still down here at 39.60. Okay, so this is still bullish. This is still bullish. Okay, we're holding prices from this Powell speech. Doesn't have the greatest support here with these single prints though. That's on like one leg. Okay, one little negative news thing out, we could take all this and go right back to the most traded price of the year. Okay, so let's look at this. We're inside. Here's the high from Friday. Here's the low from Friday. We're inside the session from the overnight low, high and the overnight low. This is just balance. Okay, we are 100% net short though. Okay, we opened here in the overnight and everybody's short. Now we've come up from the bottom a little bit because this 200-day moving average is just a beast. Okay, we're just playing around that level. Okay, we're playing around that level. So right now, this doesn't tell me much what the market's going to do today. Okay, I can say one thing: if we stay down here, then there could be a little fade off the open to go long. Okay, and squeeze some of these shorts. But that remains to be seen on the open how we open. Okay. All right, let's look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq, similar story, right? So we have the high of the overnight, the low of the overnight, the high of Friday, the low of Friday. We're inside the session of Friday. It's really hard to read that. It's more balancing, more indecision. Okay. Same thing. We're pretty much short overnight. That probably could play, like I said, off the open, but still doesn't mean much for the overall picture of the market. Okay. Now see the 100-day moving average, which is this orange line here, has been acting as resistance. Okay. In the Nasdaq. So that's the beast that's been dealing with, the 100-day moving average. Okay. So we'll have to see. Most traded price of the week and the month is still down here for the real-time trading hours. Okay, still down here, but it will move up here probably today. If we stay up here, it should move. It should move today. So it will look more like the ES. So the most traded price of the month is 116. The week 115.28 around. Okay. All right. So let's look at the. I could just show you the futures daily charts real quick. We'll look at those. Just give you a killer view. Here's the 200-day moving average. Is red. Where price is right there in the futures market. Okay. And for the Nasdaq, you'll see that the 100-day moving average, which is right here, has been acting as resistance. Okay. Just showing you guys that. Alright. So let's move over to the hourly charts. Pull my watch list up there for you. Alright, let's look at those. Alright, so the only thing I see of relevance here is this trend line. It's been resistance twice. So that's looking like a descending triangle right here, right? But we have this 200-day moving average that's just been a pain in the butt, right? It's because everybody looks at it. So we're looking at today immediate support and resistance. We got a resistance of 40.72, a support of 40.48. We need to break out of that to get any kind of traction in this market of what it wants to do. I think this week, like I said, is going to be a week of working inside this range, probably in this range until CPI and the FOMC comes out, unless there's some other catalyst that comes out for news. Okay. We do have resistance at 40.84. Okay. So that's what I'm really looking at. I mean, you can see there's a supply zone up here and there's a demand zone up here. I mean, down here. It's just kind of choppy. You know, even that move down with the non-farm payrolls, we kind of got bought right up, and it kind of kind of hovered around the 200 day moving average on the daily again. So to me, not much edge. I mean, not much. There's not much clear going on right now. Okay, let's look at the Nasdaq. Kind of the same story. Okay, we got a trend line. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 resistance of this trend line. So this is a little stronger trend line in the Nasdaq. Notice if we break it, we break this resistance of 119.97. We got a support of 119.42.75. This is the immediate support and resistance, clear to see, right? Look at that. That's just, we punched through this, which is this trend line, And this resistance, I mean, this has just been, that's a crazy amount of resistance, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 times it's been touched and it hasn't broke. If it breaks, I'd expect us to hit the 100-day moving average in the supply zone. I mean, right? So that's like something we should really watch out for, the 119.97 level. And that's going to cause a nice move off that. So I don't say it's a breakout and go forever, but definitely it's going to make a lot of people cover their position. So that's what I would say, that this key level is 119.97 to watch that. Okay. Of course, we have the most traded price of the year down here, 116.03. This is the bull bear line, like I talked about down here. All right. But that's really what I'm seeing in the Nasdaq until, like I said, December 13th, 14th. I think that's when we're going to get our chance to like get a move. All right. All right. Let's look at market profile. Bring you over there and look at some scenarios today. Okay. Let me just get back my ES chart for me to see levels clear, like I just talked about. Okay. So price is right here. All right, at 40.55, right at the 200-day moving average. That's just gonna be a beast, and we're probably gonna rip past that and above it. So here's my, right now, what I could see definitely happening if we open here. Okay, let's call this scenario one. All right, we're here right now. We're inside the session. Okay, we know from the overnight everyone's short. I'd like us to stay down here. Okay, and I could see us opening up, coming below, hitting 40.48, coming above this 200-day moving average. And you know what I think could happen is we squeeze these shorts from the overnight, come right to the most traded price of the week. Time to take profit here. And then it's a decision here. Did we balance here? Did we go above? Or we balance, right? Or we could drop back into range. But that's definitely the first thing I see. Okay? Because you're going to have shorts be underwater here. They'll take profit. And that's a good possibility. Okay? And then let's go with the bullish sign. I have to go through every scenario, but I don't think these are likely, the bull or the big bear, because I think we're waiting for something big. Okay, but we have to talk about it. So let's talk about the bull, right? I definitely think we can push down, come back up again. Same thing, squeeze these shorts but hold, and then we come up here into the supply zone. Let's go to bear. Again, highly unlikely a big bear scenario, but I have to talk about it, right? I think we can come down. 200-day moving average, can't get above it. We start dropping down here. There's 9 daily EMA, and we can revisit the lows of Friday and possibly go down to 140.17. Okay, let's move over to the Nasdaq. I think number one here, same thing I just drew up here. This is the most traded price of Friday, so I definitely think we could drop down this demand zone, come above the most traded price, squeeze the shorts. Okay, hit the overnight highs, tag the 100-day moving average. and then maybe we drop in, or like I said, we balance. Okay, go bull. Number two, same premise. Okay, move down into this demand zone. Even could pop down to the 9 daily mean May, and then we just start squeezing shorts, come up to the 100-day, and maybe finally catch some support, and maybe we can go up to this high volume node up here, 12,120. Highly unlikely, but that is the bearish scenario. I mean, bullish scenario. All right, bearish scenario. I definitely think we could definitely push up, find resistance here, come down to the much straighter price, probably pounce around here, come down to the 9 daily, and revisit the lows of Friday. And from here, how strong, if there's a catalyst, we can move lower. Okay, but keep in mind, overall, I think the market's waiting, so we could definitely just see a bunch of games played around these 100-day moving average, 200-day moving averages. All right, so that's what I see for today. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Give me a like, comment, subscribe as always, and I wish everybody has a green day. And if there's something to note, I will make a market update today. All right, see you guys.